The sexual slavery of young children is the highest level of decadence in a humanity in decline. For some, these modern-day sacrifices are just conspiracy theories. For others, it's the work of Satanists, thirsting for blood and sexual delusion. I'm going to share with you the horrible secret of these rituals.
Why do criminal networks organize themselves around the trafficking of young children? Do you think innocence sells better than adulthood? That criminals are only attracted by fresh meat? Or is it the devil's revenge against God by killing his innocent children? There are occult reasons for this. You can find testimonies from survivors of these networks. Documentaries in Great Britain and France, to name but a few. These diabolical networks are looking for children aged between 5 and 14. Rarely are children under the age of 3 used. These demonic beings say that it is at the age of 3 that a child becomes individualized. This is the moment when the child becomes aware of its ego and says, "I want." Previously, children identified themselves with the entire group and talked about themselves in the third person. For criminals, it is important that the child have integrated his ego in order to carry out the demonic ritual. They reach their full potential around the age of 9. The age preferred by these monsters for the final sacrifice. Monsters don't want to lose these life forces, and most of the time they will use the child before puberty. These etheric forces before adolescence are at their highest level. This is the culmination point for dark magicians to organize the sacrifice and call forth the manifestation of a demonic creature. These magicians believe that these demonic forces could find powerful life forces over many years and serve them in their ambitions for power. They say that the demons are at their service for years. The dark entity could also be used by sorcerers to create powerful spells. These sacrifices, these incantatory rituals, imprisoned the souls of the victims who were unable to continue their afterlife journey. These children are both victims of the sacrifice and of years of imprisonment in a demonic prison. The sacrifice, the famous ritual, is the most abominable act of terror that can be done to a child. For days, weeks, adults carry out abject acts of terror, reducing the child's soul to the point of giving up all hope of life. This torpor is necessary for fear to summon the demon. It is in this extreme moment that the executioner will eviscerate his victim and imprison the demon. These same rituals are practiced in many countries, with animals at the end of the executioner's blade. In our decadent world, it is the scream of a terrified child that call for the final cut. It is no longer possible to give names, social positions, or guide you for investigations. I'm not even sure this video will last. I assure you that many investigations exist. Find them. Watch the film, Sound of Freedom, to get to the point I've just made. Child sex slavery is just a facade. An immense ritual that devours souls is underway. There is no Jesus or God who will come to avenge the suffering. Only our actions can put an end to these odious crimes.